I think we're live. We are live. Guys, I'm using StreamYard for my first time, okay? And I think that I am live on YouTube and Facebook. I think that I am. I'm going to pull up my phone real quick and just check it out. One moment. And we're going to get rolling. I can't. I don't know. I can't tell if I'm live on YouTube. But I think I see comments from YouTube. Y'all are on YouTube? Hi, friends. It is a cold and rainy day here again today in Plum Grove. So I'm not doing a whole lot outside today. Do y'all know I still get nervous for these lives? I'm so glad y'all are here. But I still get kind of nervous talking to y'all like this. Anyways, I had a few opportunities to get out and spend some time with the animals this morning before it started raining like it is right now. And everybody is good. The horses are actually laying down for their afternoon nap right now, right on schedule. I'm telling you, it's every day right around this time that I see all three of them laying down in the pasture. So I think they're on a schedule. I hope since it started raining, they got up and went in the barn, but they probably didn't. The kids wanted to go play at G's, so they've done that. And I thought I would take a minute to talk to y'all because I've been needing to give y'all an update about Punk. Everybody is asking about Punk. And I'm going to try really hard to give y'all an update. My chair's falling out from under me. Hold on. I think I fixed it. Last thing I need to do is fall out of my chair on this live. That would be horrible. Okay. Anyways, we're talking about Punk. And I want to say before I start talking about Punk, a lot of you know I was a vet tech, okay? I know a little bit about animals and treatment and some things like that. This stuff going on with Punk is like well beyond my scope. Like I didn't go this into detail. Like we're at the point of seeing a specialist now. I don't know the specialist stuff, okay, and everything there is to know about the liver. I did get confirmation that it is something going on with the liver. But I still don't feel like I have all the answers that I want, which is really frustrating. And I have complete trust in the vets and, in my regular vet and the specialist. I have trust in them that they're doing everything they can and they're doing right by Punk. But I also know that even diagnosing like a first diagnosis is hard to get on something like he has going on. And I know from y'all's comments on some of the other videos, y'all's pets have had liver issues and it's taken just as much work, if not more, for y'all to get a diagnosis. So I know that's just kind of how things work. We saw a specialist on Thursday for Punk, and it ended up being like an all day long thing. We left the house at 9:00 in the morning. He had an appointment at 10:30. So after his appointment, they decided they wanted to go ahead and sedate him and do an ultrasound and all that stuff. So he stayed there the entire day. Me and the kids found some stuff to do because it wasn't a short drive to the specialist. And we left him for the day. He was sedated and he had the ultrasound. We went back to pick him up and I got to talk to the vet again about all the things that they found and all the things that we need to do. Where do we start? Where should we start? I don't think we need to start all the way at the beginning, but he had a liver insult is what we're calling it because we don't know exactly what it came from. Are Punk's issues bad breeding practices? Praying for him. I don't have a definite answer to that, but I am gonna actually talk about that if what he's going through is congenital, so from birth, or if it's something that he acquired from his initial liver problem, but that is all still kind of up in the air. Um, he's on a special diet, okay? Everyone was concerned about the food that I was feeding him and how it's probably a bad food and this and that. I will say I know what food is a good food. And the regular dog food that I had him on before he stopped eating from his initial liver problem was a good quality dog food. And I had made a comment about having to buy that expensive, like Fresh Pet or whatever brand it was, refrigerated fresh food. And that doesn't mean that what I was feeding him was a bad quality food. It just means that I wasn't spending $40 on a 6-pound bag of food that lasted me one day at a time. Okay, that's all I was trying to say. He had a good quality dog food, though, I promise. He is since on a prescription diet, and he's not even on a liver diet. He is on a gastrointestinal, a low fat diet. And that was because of some suspicion that he had some protein fighting or eating disease of some sort. He doesn't, but he is on the GI low fat food because of that, and he's actually eating it really, really well. So I'm going to leave him on that. And the blood work didn't give any indication that he needed to be on a special liver diet. Okay. I made my own food for my dogs. Didn't like Fresh Pet. Heidi, I had to start doing that too, actually. And I think that might be why I had a problem getting him to eat the other food, is because I spoiled him a little bit. But I would keep doing it for him. He's eating the prescription food really good though. So he saw the specialist Thursday, and after I went to pick him up from the ultrasound, this is what she told me, and this is where it gets complicated. Could he have eaten something that will attack the liver? It is a possibility, and that's why I was saying we called it a liver insult instead of like a toxicity or an injury or anything like that, because we don't know what caused it. He doesn't usually just eat and chew on random things like that, which is why I didn't think that could be a possibility. I thought maybe it could be coming from the pond water. So he's pretty much been on strict rest inside this house unless he's with me all the time. Um, what they found in the ultrasound was multiple small portosystemic shunts. So the liver shunts that I was telling y'all about on the last live. He has multiple small portosystemic shunts. So it's irregular blood vessels that don't filter things through the liver properly. And they're the reason that he was having the fluid buildup in his abdomen. So with that being said, normally for a portosystemic shunt, they would do a surgery, but surgery is not an option for Punk, because if they were to tie off and close up all of those tiny shunts, they would be dealing with a pressure buildup in the liver, causing more extreme ascites, which is the liver buildup the fluid buildup in the abdomen. See, it gets complicated, and this is not my area of expertise. I'm just telling y'all. I'm going to tell y'all my theory too, though. Okay, just bear with me. Okay. Anyway, surgery is not an option, so now we medically manage. Okay. Another big question was, is it congenital or are they acquired? So congenital meaning he's born with it. Was he born with some kind of liver defect and then got these shunts from it? Or were they from a toxicity or an injury to the liver where then it wasn't working properly and he acquired these shunts to relieve the pressure? We don't know. The specialist, the doctor that we saw, said This is why it's so complicated. I made notes, guys. I'm reading my notes here because it's so much to piece together. Okay, how old is Punk? Punk is 2.5 years old. That plays into, is it congenital or is it acquired? Because he's 2.5 years old, which is the age that they would typically start to show these signs of having a congenital shunt. He's at that age that they would show those signs. The way that the portosystemic shunts are formed seems like they are acquired shunts. The way that they're shaped and the fact that there's multiple, and apparently, from my understanding, a congenital shunt would be formed differently, more simple. I could be wrong. This is all, I could be wrong. I'm just telling y'all what I understand so far. His liver also seemed small, which made the vet think that it was congenital because the liver is tiny, she said. And then the appearance of the shunts made it seem like they were acquired. But is the liver being small the congenital part of it, and then because the liver was small, he acquired all the little tiny shunts? Like maybe the portosystemic shunt wasn't the, I don't know. We don't know for sure if he was born with the thing that caused this problem or if he acquired this from some kind of injury or toxicity. We don't know. Punk is doing really good, though. I need to say that before y'all think that this is like all bad news, because he's doing really, really good and he's starting to put a lot of weight on. As far as how we medically manage it is also a little confusing to me. He's on a medication right now called furosemide, and that's to help with the fluid buildup. It helps release the fluid and not all build up in the abdomen, which is great. He's doing really good on the furosemide. He was on prednisone, which is the steroid. And that's a tapering dose. You start at this loading dose and then you go down and down and down. And he's on every other day right now. He gets the steroid. And the specialist added him on an antacid. So he takes 3 medications. Oh, plus the Denamarin, the liver supplement. He takes all of that. But I'm supposed to decrease the steroid, get him completely off of that if I can. That means if I take him off the steroid completely and he continues to eat well and continues to drink well and has all this improvement like he's been having, leave him off the steroid. He's going to keep getting the furosemide. He's going to keep getting the diuretic, right? Forever, right? Because they're not doing anything about the portosystemic shunt. So he gets the diuretic forever and ever, as well as the antacid and the Denamarin. So I guess he's on those medications long term, and we're hoping to just wean him completely off of the steroid. Now the other medications decreased as well, and she said if he stays doing good on the decreased dosages, we can keep those at lower doses to, not just over medicate him every day. And other than that, we don't do anything unless he starts to decline in health again. Do nothing unless he starts to decline in health. That sounds crazy, right? To just do nothing unless he starts to decline. But I guess that's awesome news if he does keep doing well. He's putting healthy weight back on. He's got a strong appetite. He drinks plenty of water. He's his happy, peppy, golden retriever self, crazy wants to do everything, wants to swim, wants to play outside. Seems like nothing's wrong with him, and it's just crazy to me that to know that he's living with this, and we just don't do anything. I don't know. That's crazy. If he declines while weaning him off the prednisone and these other medications don't keep doing the trick, if he declines, we go back to the specialist for a CT with contrast on Punk. So that's a sedated procedure, obviously, with the position that they have to lay in for an extended period of time. And it's just kind of a really big ordeal. I don't want to have to do that. Please say all the prayers that y'all have saved up. Say them all for Punk. I can't afford a CT on a dog. Y'all want to know how much? I'll tell y'all how much they quoted me. Like, do y'all want to know how much they quoted me on that? I want y'all to answer that. I won't even tell y'all if y'all don't want to know, but I will tell y'all it's a crazy, ridiculous amount of money to have a CT on a. I don't know if that varies by weight, the price on that, but if you have a dog the size of Punk, I see guesses. I see guesses. Oh, hold on. Here we go. I saw it. Y'all are commenting too fast. Hold on. Tiffany says 1 million. It might as well be. That's how, if you need to have a CT on your dog, a PET scan on your dog, that's how much it costs. Roughly $8,000. That was the closest guess so far, actually. They actually quoted me $7,000 to $8,000. And that just jaw dropped to the floor. I started praying right then that dog does not need a CT, because I guess I would figure out a way to do it. I guess I would have to figure it out, right? I would try my hardest, but that, yeah, blew my mind. How do I get that comment off there? I don't even want to look at it anymore. That's crazy. It's just crazy. The price of a small car. Anyways, that's where we are right now with Punk. That's what I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about. That's where we are. I feel grateful that he's doing so well right now. I feel blessed that he's doing so well right now. I feel hopeful, and I'm praying that he continues to do well so that we don't have to do the CT and look for some other underlying cause. At this point, it's like, hopefully it was just from the liver insult. Hopefully it was just from some kind of toxicity. Hopefully it was just a one-off thing, and now that this is something that we can manage pretty easily from here on out. Hopefully. Do y'all hear that? It's my Donald Trump clock. Anyways, hopefully we just stay on the right track. I'm still in the process of decreasing meds. I have a few more days of my initial prednisone prescription, and I have another bottle of that waiting on standby just in case his appetite does decrease as he finishes his doses on that. So I'll have something to kind of back us up. I've got refills ready for the furosemide and all the things that we need. But right now we're doing good. Everybody wanted an update, and our update is that we're doing good. I don't have a whole ton of more answers other than the fact that he does have multiple small portosystemic shunts. I will keep y'all updated if we have to do a CT or if he stays doing well off his meds. I will update y'all all later on that. I saw a comment about seeing my shirt. Thank you so much, Michelle. That's so sweet. Y'all do not have to do that. I appreciate y'all so much. Know that. I appreciate y'all so much. But we don't have to do any kind of fundraising and things like that. I don't want to put y'all through that. Now I feel silly to say what I was about to say because I saw someone asked about my shirts. But I do have Life on Morrow Hill shirts. Do not go and buy a Life on Morrow Hill shirt just to support any kind of CT costs or fundraising or anything like that. Do not do that. But if you are interested in having a Life on Morrow Hill shirt, I don't know how to put that link in here right now, but I will figure it out when we exit this live and put it in a comment or something. Because I don't know how this StreamYard stuff works, and I don't want to kick y'all off of here because I don't know how StreamYard works. I will come back to these live streams when we finish though, and I will add a link to the Life on Morrow Hill merchandise that I have so far. I haven't worked on this in a little bit, actually, adding any kind of new designs to my little shop or anything. But I do have a few t-shirts and sweatshirts. But again, don't do that for any kind of surgery or CT costs or anything like that, because really at this point, we don't even know if we're going to have to do anything like that. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We are going to just pray he keeps doing better. What's going on in these comments? I'm trying to keep up and I can't. I think someone was arguing. I'm just going to go ahead and end this live stream. I will see you guys on the next one. I've got to go grab the kids and get to doing some things like starting dinner in the crock pot and picking up around the house since it's raining outside today. But I will see y'all on the next one. And I will keep y'all updated. And I will be back and post the link to the merchandise because I still see that coming. And y'all have a good day.